The name Ariana Huffington is widely known, not just in the United States, but around the world. Ariana, it's a great pleasure to have you here with us at Eyewitness News. And you've come to a conference, One Young World. You were a hit on stage. I've been following all the tweets. But I'm really interested in what you discussed now on stage, because you were talking about things like sleep your way to the top. Explain that theory.
So what I was talking about is how our civilization is suffering from burnout. You go into most offices and they're fueled by burnout, sleep deprivation, exhaustion, and this is having terrible results. In terms of our health, 75% of healthcare costs in the United States, where I live now, is for chronic preventable diseases. Stress is a major killer, and the connection between stress and high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes is horrendous. But also we see in our own lives, depression, anxiety are on the rise. And technology, wonderful though it is having a very deleterious effect, because it means we're never disconnected. Going home now, you take your office with you. And the root cause is, I think, because we're defining success in terms of two metrics, money and power. And that's like a two-legged stool. You fall off sooner or later. And introducing the third metric, which is our sense of well-being, our connection to our own wisdom, our sense of wonder, our ability to give. All these are elements that truly make a fulfilled life.
How does one go ahead and find that balance? Because it's exactly what you say. You're connected 24/7. We're both in the world of news and both in the media world.
Both moms.
And both moms, and the demands are enormous. And the phone keeps going, the emails, the tweets, social media has come into our lives in a big way, which keeps us very much connected. How does one find that balance?
So there has to be one fundamental change that then will lead to multiple changes. Picking up the one habit that when you change it, it's easier to change other related habits. So each person is to find that habit. For me, it was sleep. For you, it may be meditation or exercise or a time when you completely disconnect from technology and put your phone in a different part of the house and don't touch it for 2 hours. Each person is to find out their own way. For me, it was moving from 4 hours sleep to 7 to 8 hours sleep and making that an absolute. Do I sometimes not do it? Absolutely. But that's a principle for me now, and it's changed my life because it's made me reconnect with myself. And instead of just waking up and feeling exhausted and walking through my day like a zombie, I just kind of moved, I call it from struggle to grace.
That really is lovely. Do you think corporates will embrace this?
Absolutely. They are doing it. You know why? Because they see the impact on the bottom line. Businesses internationally are losing hundreds of billions of dollars a year because of stress, in terms of absenteeism, additional healthcare costs, lack of productivity. People are beginning to realize that really what you are paying your employees for is their energy, not their time. You can have somebody in the office for 14 hours and have about 60% of them. It's more useful to have them there and have 100% of them, especially because right now, business is constantly changing. The world is constantly changing. You can't just do maintenance. You have to be constantly creating, innovating, and you can't do that from a place of burnout.
Talk to us about how social media in particular has impacted on your life. You are very prolific on Twitter. You've got 1.3 million followers. Huffington Post has embraced social media in such a big way. Has this been the key to success of Huffington Post?
Well, the Huffington Post was born at a time when you could still build a huge destination site. It's much harder now because social media, as you said, is the way most people receive news. So we were very lucky that we were able to build a very large audience. We now have 77 million unique visitors, and 40% of them are outside the United States.
Because you found the secret of monetizing
websites,
which is something that people grapple with. Media in particular has really grappled with, particularly when I look at the South African landscape, how to monetize a website.
Well, we did a lot of experimentation around advertising. We do conventional CPM-based advertising, but we're doing a lot of new kind of advertising. We're doing native advertising. We are doing sponsorships where basically a lot of brands are taking entire sections around their cause often, like Johnson & Johnson. Their cause is global maternal health, so they have an entire sponsored section on global maternal health. So you can still maintain the Chinese wall between edit and business, but it means that you can monetize in a more wholesale way.
And can we expect to see Huffington Post come to South Africa?
We very much hope so, yes. We are launching in Germany next week, and after Germany we're going to Brazil, India and South Korea, and after that we'd love to come to South Africa. We have a great third metric section on the Huffington Post, so people can find out more there.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.